So this video is for She Is Sexy, a viewer that is on my YouTube channel who asked me to do a kind of explain to him how I build these. So as you can see, this right here is the MI8 hip, and the easiest way to explain this is if you've seen my other videos with the smaller 1/72 scale RC helicopters, it's exactly the same method. It's exactly the same thing. So I know you said you had a, you told me what kind of helicopter you have, but I'm not sure if that can lift the weight of these. So what I would recommend is you purchase this exact same helicopter, which is a Blade Infusion 180, which I know has enough power. So every helicopter that I've built, you can basically copy what I've done. So with this MI8, this is the mechanics I use for it. This is the helicopter I use for it. You have to buy a battery for this helicopter. So this whole section right here, I just fit it within this part right here. So you see how I've got it cut out? I mean, you can even use this video and cut it exactly where I have it. With the Dremel, you'll need to cut this section out for the servo horn, as the top is even cut. All that has to be cut out so that it can swivel freely. And then the tail, because basically I gut all this and the only thing I'm keeping is a carbon setup. And then I take the boom off. I remove the wires and all I have will be the tail section, which then I just place within here. And then it goes all the way back to the boom, which I glue in place. And then the battery just slides right in here and it connects to the wires that are in here. So let me give you an example with a model I have that's not complete. Okay, so for instance, like this Cobra here, right? This Cobra, you cannot use the mechanics on the MI8. It's a wider, that's way too wide. So this is the most narrow helicopter you can use that will actually lift the plastic for this particular model. The other model it would lift is the more earlier version of the Cobra, because each one is a different generation of the Cobras, as you see here, right? So, and then I have also this. Give me 1 second here, because I'm trying to get all this stuff to show you guys. I also got this generation Cobra. So anything that has this very narrow profile, which are all the Cobras, right? Anything within the narrowness of how narrow the Cobra is, you can use the mechanics, right? Because you see how narrow that is. Nothing else will fit in there. It'll be too wide. So you want to use the Blade. This helicopter here, I mean, just get exactly what you see here. The Blade 150 if you're going to do any Cobra, and 1/35 scale. It has to be 1/35 scale. And then the mechanics here, this is the mechanics from this. Let me pause this for a second and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so basically this is the mechanics right here that's taken out of that. So what you'll do is the same way with the smaller ones that I have, is you're just measuring where this would sit in here. And then you cut out where everything will fit in there, or you Dremel out what needs to be Dremel out so that it fits in here properly. And then when it's all fitted in there, I mean, sometimes you'll have gaps like that because sometimes it just doesn't fit all the way, but you can like use plastic, you know, the plastic you get from the hobby shop to cover these seams. But once you get it in there, it'll be like this. And that's all you're doing. You're just sticking whatever mechanics will fit into the helicopter. So this basically is what's inside this, the red, you know, plastic fuselage. You'll take this plastic fuselage off, get it down to its bare minimums, take out the wire for the back motor, which is that right there, and then you just fit it all within the plastic model. And with these Cobras, this is the model you want to use for that. If you use something else, I don't know what to tell you, but it's not going to be narrow. You want to use this. And then with the blades, depending on if you thin it out or because each one of these models has a thickness, like this has a really thick plastic. I'm gonna have to Dremel this to make it thinner, so that it's not as heavy, because this helicopter is not that powerful. So you got to Dremel out some stuff, or you're just gonna get like 1 minute flying times out of these helicopters. This one I Dremeled to make it thinner. This one was already thin, but I still Dremeled it because I wanted it to be extremely light. And then with some of them, they'll fly with these blades here, but I'll show you what I did so that it can fly more efficient with the blades. Hold on. Okay, so with the modification of the blade, I added real thin cardboard to this, see? And that gives me more lifting capability. You can also just buy the coaxial blades instead of doing it this way, and then just use the coaxial blades that you can buy from a coaxial RC helicopter. And that's the modification I do to the blades. All the helicopters at thin profile that can use this blade 150 mechanics, I'm gonna show you the helicopters that I use. The Dolphin uses it, and over there that other little bird uses it. With that one, you don't have to change the blades; it just uses the blades that come with the RC. And this little bird too, right here, is it's that BO 105 RC that just came out with. I use the mechanics from that and the blades from that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna do a part 2 to explain it a little bit more. So just keep your eyes open for that video.